Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy
What's up?
Monday. Hey, we gotta say what's up to everybody. Happy Monday and welcome to Easy Monday Motivation. It's your boy E and your homeboy CT checking in with you.
What's good people? How you doing? Happy Monday. Or it's Friday.
Thank you. And for everybody who needs the subtle reminder, every day is Friday. Let's treat every
Every
day
day.
as Friday. Hashtag every day
Every day.
is Friday. So let me go ahead and welcome everybody to the wonderful Easy Monday Motivations is a podcast where me and CT talk about different topics and we really just want to get to the core of certain things, the motivations behind it, and also just like really be able to give people some fun good content that allows for them to gain perspective and continue to grow. So I want to check in with my man CT always, like because your background looking a little different. You're looking a little sunny. Like, hold up, if I'm looking where I'm at right now, the sun is
Yeah.
going down. It's looking really sunny where you at. What's up with you, CT? What you got popping today?
You see, what had happened was
What had
um
happened?
uh we not in Columbus right now. Now, where
Oh,
we are does begin with a C, but it's not Columbus. It is Cabo. Los
okay.
Cabo at the Grand Fiesta Americana is beautiful here. It is
Oh wow.
absolutely amazing.
Okay, well, hold on. In a second here, I'm gonna ask you to. Can you gonna be able to give us a preview of the views? We're gonna be able to do that. It's like let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and say. Let me go ahead and say this. Happy Labor Day, because
Happy Labor Day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
those people that got today off, and we want to represent and respect said holiday. But I wanted to get to what was going on. What you? Ooh, oh man,
That view right there.
that's that's
That
beautiful.
view right there.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah,
She been
I'm
nice to me. She been nice to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cabo's beautiful. Cabo's a beautiful place, and thank you for sharing that, TT. So you're in Cabo, doing your thing, hanging out. So how was your week, brother? I know. We typically check in. How was your week? I know leading to Cabo, it had to be boring until you got to Cabo. So, I mean, how was your week?
Well, I think one of the crazy things is, whenever you know you are going to be away for a little while, you got to get your stuff in order, right?
Yeah.
So the cool thing was I have found some of the most proficient times in my life is right before I'm getting ready to take a break. I'm getting ready to shut something down because I'm really detailed and specific, and some of the stuff just ain't gonna get done.
Yeah.
And it's okay if it
Yeah.
don't get done. And if I don't get to it and it needs to get done, somebody else is gonna be able to do it. That's what I love. That's the part about it. That motivates me, bro. That motivates me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
No,
So
that's good. That's
it's
good.
solid. And
That's
listen,
good.
so
That's
I'll tell
good.
you this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you why I'm here, right?
Yeah.
So there are and my wife and I typically don't do like big group things, right? But there are some friends that we have that are celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary. There's another
Oh,
couple here who's
nice.
celebrating their 35th wedding
Ooh.
anniversary. So there are about 30 of us here. What I can
Okay.
tell you is also my wife and I are celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary in November. So
All
we latched
right.
on, and so we got a whole bunch of anniversaries going on. There's all
Yeah.
this beautiful black love running around, and this
Oh,
pool, we kind of there was a bunch of us in the pool. They changed the music, like it was a whole vibe, bro. It was a whole
y'all done took
entire
over, huh?
vibe, man. It was spectacular. So no, it was solid. It was really
That's
good, really
awesome.
good.
Well,
Yeah,
for everybody, just to all the happy anniversaries and to your upcoming anniversary, definitely, it's a wonderful idea to
yeah,
think that not only did you meet somebody who you were like, I'm gonna take the time to do this, like I'm also willing to put in the work, right? And make it worth doing as well.
yeah,
And then do it well, ups and downs. We all know how that goes. But for years, right? Like
yeah.
it stood the test of time. So 25 years, hats off. It's a beautiful thing. You got a wonderful wife and she's lucky to have you. So, you know,
And listen, I would tell you that it is a labor of love.
oh,
That
it definitely is.
that it's a reciprocal thing, though, right? where as we talk through this conversation today, as we motivate people, we might even think about one of our episodes later on in the year. Maybe it's a marriage Monday, marriage motivation Monday. Maybe
Okay.
we bring one of these couples who've been together, 25, 35 years, and having give a little motivation to folks who are married, who want to be married, who need to stay married, all of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
and I definitely think if we bring those type of those wonderful people with those wonderful perspectives on, like they could definitely probably get me right, because I know when you ask me about my weekend,
Because I was about to ask you
I
about your
know,
weekend. You know where I was
I
going, and
knew
you
it
know
was
where I'm
coming.
going. You know where I'm going.
I knew it was coming. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, we gonna get some people out here that can talk to us. Okay, yeah, he's so. Hey guys, everybody watching, just know this is how you do intervention on somebody like me. You got to corner me in
Words matter.
public.
Words matter.
like,
Where you get the heart emoji, like
like, you know what? Hold up. Then I'm about to go on a tangent. Then we can jump into the topic.
talk to me.
But like, do you speak emoji? Because like, I don't speak emoji, and sometimes like people send me emojis. I don't know what they mean. I don't know how to respond. So I kind of respond with the most craziest emojis that I can find. So if you send
Yeah.
me like a smiley face, like I'll go into the flags and find like the Lithuanian flag or something and send it to you. I don't know whether that's appropriate or not, but I try to find the most random emojis to send back. I know that's just a sidebar, but I don't speak emoji very well. And actually, I'm
It,
probably doing bad.
listen, in the spirit of our conversation, right? I think you should go ahead and give yourself permission to recognize that the labor of love that you need to give others is to be able to say, I'm going to learn emoji language. Because there are some things that you can communicate and say without the letters
Yeah.
that really give life to a conversation, especially if you've got relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
Ooh, buddy, those work the best.
Yeah.
Because
They
when
do.
you can give certain emojis, so listen, I've evolved from emojis to memes. Like I will meme you to death. Like let's be real clear. Like I used to emoji you to death. Now I'm gonna meme you to death. I'm not gonna type no letters. I'm not gonna put no real words in there. I'm
Boom.
gonna just send pictures.
Mean.
Listen, there it is. And you know what I'm communicating. If you don't, then we don't have a relationship and we probably should be messaging anyway. So
Look, I'm don't send me no memes, okay? Because I gotta interpret it and like wonder where you got it from, and like no, I don't
oh
need that.
man.
Like so that's just worse. Like if emojis is bad, memes is like like the next level. It's like losing yourself in translation like twice. You're like, hold up, it went from Russian to is this no? This is alien. This is just all alien now. Okay, so I'm gonna gonna stop myself because you already know how I go. I go and I wanna get to it. So since
But
it's Labor
wait,
Day,
wait.
go
Your
ahead, go
weekend
ahead.
though. Like you gave me my weekend. Like go
I
ahead.
know it.
What happened with
Okay,
you? What's good?
all right. So my
What?
weekend was very good. Um, I got to spend time with my family,
Hey.
and I got to cook some fun stuff. I made some grilled tandoori chicken and some
Mm.
corn ribs, along with some
Ooh.
garlic and ginger honey Brussels sprouts, and got to deliver that. And then today I made like this wonderful tandoori stack that you can let it like you just chop it. It looks like a gyro meat, just like it's just so tender and juicy.
Oh,
So yeah, I was just playing around in the kitchen. I smoked a brisket for my cousin, his birthday. So he wanted a brisket. I hooked him up with a 14 pounder. So yeah, got that. And then you already know, Cam, can you do me a favor and pull it up? Because like I just want to show people, like, because you know what I did.
oh, the fish tank.
That's right. That's right. You see
Oh,
my,
it's like
see,
it's a real thing.
hey,
You wasn't
yeah,
just
that's
talking
that's
about
my
fish
yeah,
tank.
that's my jam
You
right there.
legit got one.
That's my fish tank. Like I'm not lying. That's my fish tank, y'all. And my fish tank, as you can see, my fish are really happy and frolicking in the water. And I got a pirate ship and the coral, and I got all this wonderful decoration. Yeah, my fish tank is on fleek right now. So yes, I did clean the fish tank. I did, and my fish kids are looking really happy. But we're gonna leave them alone because I don't want nobody asking any additional questions about my fish kids.
Clearly needing someone to ask questions at some point
I
in time. It doesn't have to be
don't
now.
think.
Doesn't have to be now, but it's gonna be at some point. It's gonna have to be at some point.
Okay. All right. So let's get into today's topic. We wanted to discuss labors of love, right?
Yeah.
Labors of love. Here on Labor Day, we want to talk about labors of love. Now, when you think of labors of love, by definition, they're typically the work that's done for the sake of one's own enjoyment
Mm.
or the benefit of others rather than reward, right? So
Yeah.
it's something you love to do and it's laborious, or it's you doing something for someone you love or something or someone or something that you care about enough that you don't mind to do the work. Now,
Right.
when I think of labors of love, it makes me think of a couple of things. It makes me think of the different perspectives that people have to deal with in their lives. And I think about your professional life and I think about your personal life, right? And I think about your, the relationships that, you may want to foster or nurture, right? And we all have labors of love in what we do, right?
Mhm.
CT, we just talked about you being married for 25 years, and I know I'm gonna
Mhm.
put you on the spot today
Yeah.
because you a man and
Yep.
you a man's man, and people love my man CT. So I want to hear how you deal with committing to, because I know, like, let me put this little piece on there. It's not always easy to do, and you don't always want to do it, right? And
Right. Right.
like it's those things that become challenging. Like, how do you persevere through all of the years and stay motivated to continue to do labors of love?
Man, listen, that's such a loaded question. And
I know.
especially anybody who has been dedicated to anything for an extended period of time, especially something like marriage. I think I've heard commentary recently where people are amplifying this idea that marriage is work. Marriage, and it's not just all about love. Like Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it? Well, love's got a
Hmm.
lot to do with it, but it is the labor that you put into that love that you give. And when I think about labors of love, especially in the context of the time we've spent, what I recognize every day, I wake up and I'm saying, it's not about me. And it is about me. Because the moment I give myself permission to say, I'm going to do something for someone else without the expectation that they're going to give that return to me,
Hmm.
I'm selflessly giving of myself. And when I do that without the expectation of return in a relationship where there is return,
Hmm.
but it doesn't necessarily mean the return is going to be in the thing that I gave. What do I mean
Yeah.
by that? So it might mean that a labor of love for me might look like me doing the dishes. But the return of that love doesn't mean that she now goes to does the dishes for me. No, it might be for me that she makes sure that my so let me say it this way. She is so amazing in that I don't do a lot for myself, but this woman knows when I need something, whether it's clothes, whether it's something I forgot on this trip. For example, I forgot my toothbrush. She made sure we went down to the lobby, got me a new toothbrush, right? It's these
Yeah.
little things. That's a
Yeah. You're
labor of
right.
love, but
You're
but
right.
they're defined differently, right? How she expresses love to me is different
Right.
than how I express love to her. But it might be a labor. It might be something that I'm doing with my time, my attention, my energies in a way that I might be wanting to do something else at that moment. But I make a choice to do something for someone else so
Right.
that they can experience love from me. Because I
Right.
know at some point in time, they're going to return that love to me. And 25 years, that it's a give and take. You don't
Yeah.
get to this layer and this level and this distance on this race without there being some reciprocity there. But the labor of love isn't the requirement that I'm saying you have to give it back to me.
Right.
I'm giving it because I love you. I love
That's
you.
right.
I'm giving it out of myself because of who you are to me. And we've talked about it in past episodes. The thing that matters the most is relationship. And where you have that relationship, reciprocity is going to come. It's not something you're looking for. It's something that comes as a direct result of who you and I are to each other. So it could be marriage, it could be a friendship. You said something earlier about it being professional life and personal life. I've divorced myself from saying that there are two separate things now. I am Christopher in all of those places. And as long as I give the best of who I am in both of those places, it's no longer professional. It's no longer personal. It's just me. And it's
Yeah.
actually freed me up to want to give, i.e. labor, to someone who may not be somebody that I love. Right. So we put those two things together because relationship is critical when you have labors of love. But sometimes I've got to labor in a place that I don't love. And when I
Right.
have to labor in a place that I don't love, it then requires me to give a lot to that place. So I've got to make sure I find the right kind of balance, because if I'm laboring at work and I don't love it, that means I can't give as much labor as I need to when I'm home. So I've
Yeah.
got to make sure I've got a good balance where I'm giving my labor so I can love in the right way, so I don't give too much to one place or the other. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It 100% resonates with me because I know that it is about balancing out what you give and it not necessarily having the expectation, but gaining what you need as well. Because in the give and take, we've had the discussion before about the cup. You can't
Right.
fill somebody's cup if your cup is empty, right?
Right.
And
Right.
you have to fill your cup all the way up to even be able to really share with anybody anyway. Because once your cup is empty, they are not pouring back a lot of times because the expectation is not to expect somebody to pour back when you're pouring into their cup. It's for it to be a perpetuated action and it to continue forward and everyone continue to give and all boats raise. So no, I
Yeah.
mean I definitely get, the concept of it. I think that though we have made it to a place where it's easier to be more afraid
Mhm.
than to try and work hard at stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not knocking us, but I mean, human beings, as time has progressed, has gotten softer. Okay, and I'm gonna take the T off. Okay, so soft, not soft, but soft, right? Like back in the day, right? There's cavemen that done got speared and they just lived, right? Like there's people that got shot with muskets. You remember those little bullets used to be like nickel and they would flatten and they turn like into like quarters or whatever, right? Like, and people would be able to survive. Like, you lose a limb or whatever. But nowadays, a fly will fly into your house and you will move out of the neighborhood. Okay. So like the mindset of working hard towards giving something doesn't really seem like it correlates with people nowadays.
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask, how do you think we can motivate people
Mhm.
to really ask the question of am I the type of person that I need to be to perform labors and not expect anything in return? And how do I become that person?
Well, I think, and shameless plug for the episodes leading up to this one. Like, some of what I think I love the consistency of some of our dialogue around where motivation comes from, right?
Yeah,
And it has to be, and again, if you've been with us the last couple of weeks, you recognize it's got to start inside of me, right?
yeah,
And if the story I'm telling myself is wrong and I'm not energized by my ability to motivate me first, then it makes it hard for you to do hard stuff. And sometimes, right, here's the trick. We live in a world that requires us to exchange with people. Like COVID was fascinating, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
we could not have this human exchange when we were in front of each other.
yeah,
Um, but now that we're outside of that and we're back in a place where the exchange is face to face again, we have to revisit this idea that where I get my energy and my fuel, like I got to do that first for me, right?
yeah,
I've got to be able to make sure I know what motivates me and what's going to keep me in a position where if in any instance I have to now labor,
hmm
which is really the word we're talking about, I
That's
got to
right.
give of myself,
You got to
right?
give.
If I'm empty, woo, it makes it hard to be able to give to someone else. So the critical piece here is the ability to make sure that you're fueling yourself with the things that are important to you, that are critical to you, so that you can labor in a way that someone can experience love from you. So that
Yeah.
labor of love you are given out is actually going to give you some return where you're not just empty all the time.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. That was good, CT. I like that. So let me go ahead and put you on the spot. So what's a labor of love that you don't like to, commit as a husband? What's a good example of something that you know is laborious as a husband and you
Mm-hmm.
do it out of love?
Mm. So my wife is probably listening, so I got to make sure that I
I
filter
know
this
she's
answer as
listening.
best I
That's the reason why I had to. I had to
No,
be
like
honest.
that. No, for real. That it's good. That's good. That's good. So, like for real, like one of the things that I think becomes a labor of love, at least for me, is so I grew up in a home like so. I'll be quick about it, right?
Yeah.
So my mother was everything had a place. My father was neat. He would pick up little like gnat or not gnat but lint off the floor, right? So I got a little bit of both of those things. And so there was this mild OCD that lived in Christopher, where like he needed everything the way it needed to be, right? And so when I met Melanie and we got married, she is not that. So I had to learn, right, how to not have everything in its rightful place, like the clothes in the closet, the blues were together, the whites were together, etc. Right. And so one of the things that's a labor of love for me is knowing that if some clothes are sitting on the couch or the chair, that it's okay for them to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The labor of love is if they've been there for multiple days, I'm gonna go put them away. Like, because
Yeah.
that's
Right.
because
Yeah. Because
because we talk about the inner thing. That's me loving me,
yes.
right? It doesn't. I
Yeah.
can't wait for somebody else to do something that I know that I can do
That's
myself,
that's
and that
right.
sometimes becomes the issue. Is like we know we want somebody else to go do that thing, and good and well, it's right there in
They ain't
front of
gonna
you.
do it.
Just go do it.
Just do it.
Just
Yeah.
go do it.
But
Just go
but,
do it.
but you know
So
what though, and you do it because you love her, and I'd rather just do this and just be done with it, baby, than have any problems with you because I love and respect you. So all right, perfect. All right, I'm with it. All right, we're gonna get off of this because I want your vacation to still be great. All right, so we go. All right, so we
it's
gonna jump
25
off.
in, baby. We good. We in this. We in this. Vacation's gonna be great. We all right.
All right, so I want to jump into our favorite segment. What would
Oh yeah.
Grandma do? And
Yes.
give you a chance to kind of talk about, what would Grandma do? What advice will we get from Grandma?
So listen, I love this segment, and remember, this is my grandmother. She's 97 years young, and one of the things she used to do for us all the time was whenever she sent us notes or cards or birthday things, she would always make an acronym off of our name. And so our segment is all about the acronym of the word that we're emphasizing in the day. And today is the word labor. So when you think about how you motivate yourself on this Monday through the concept of labor, you first want to think about this. The L is learn.
Mm,
You got to be able to learn how to let go. You've got to be able to let go of the hard things, the challenging things, the things that you want somebody else to do for you,
mm,
and give yourself permission to learn how to just do it yourself. And when you let go, then you allow yourself to live.
mhm,
How many days did we wake up and we're concerning ourselves with what somebody else didn't do or how somebody else is impacting how we live our life? Listen, allow yourself to live because you learn how to let go. And when you do that, it gives you the ability to be present.
mm.
When you give yourself the ability to be present, man, you see things, you understand things, you go through things in ways it's like, wait a minute, I didn't notice that before. I didn't realize that before. And when you do that, you now can step outside. That's the O, outside
Mm,
of the norm of the things that are just the rote things in life that don't give you energy, that don't motivate you, that don't inspire you. But when you give yourself permission to be present, and allow yourself to live because you learn to let go, you now have a brand new, that's the R reality. And that brand new reality creates a new pathway for you. And I'm reminded, if I can give you a couple R's here, I'm reminded of the show, A Different World. And Denise, I think it was Denise or it was Whitley, one of the two, they were on a scene and they said, relax, relate, release. And if on this Labor Day, you are not feeling your very best, I want to give you permission to relax, relate, release, because you've got a brand new reality that you've created, because you've stepped outside the norm and you're living because you're present in the moment, because you allowed yourself to learn something new because you let go. Thank you, Grandma.
Oh man. Okay, okay, Grandma. Laying down the labors of love law. I see your grandma laying down the labors of love laws, the laws of the labors of love. All right, okay, CT, I see you right there. So we going. So I'm gonna.
That's my fake horn. That's my fake horn.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go into it. So we hit L,
Yes.
learn how to let go. We hit
Yes.
the A, which is allow yourself to, grow and let go. And then
And
B,
to live. And to
and to
live.
live. That's right. Got to put
Live.
that in to
Yeah.
live. Yeah,
Yeah.
not to be constrained, but to live completely.
That's
Okay.
right.
Then we have be present and do things, but like, give me some more on the things. Like
Oh
what
yeah.
like when I'm. Are you saying when I'm present
Mm-hmm.
while doing things, be
Mm-hmm.
present, or
Mm-hmm.
is it be present and do things? Like, because people can be confused behind stuff, and I'm people.
I appreciate the clarification that you wanted. You know, one thing you can do,
Yeah.
like one thing I'm doing right now. I'm in
Uh-huh.
Cabo. Look at God.
And
I'm
do
in
that's right.
Cabo. A thing that you can do is
Yeah.
this podcast that we're doing. We've talked about
Yeah.
this for a little while, and now we're actually doing
Just do
the
it.
thing, right?
That's right.
Some of y'all, and maybe even me, there's maybe a book that you need to write.
Yeah.
Go do that thing. So
Yes.
the challenge becomes is sometimes we get stuck in being able to think about the stuff, but we don't actually go do the stuff. So pick a
Right.
thing and go
Okay.
do that thing. And when you do that thing, now you're living in a different way.
Okay. I got it. So we got the do. All right. So now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but now since we doing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
we outside the norms now, right? Because
Yeah.
because that's what it is. Like we've now broken the code. The wall is down. We are free to do whatever. We're outside of the norms, and now just we know that we can do this. It's we put ourselves in this primo position. We have created a new reality where we're making things happen with our labors.
Yeah.
Our labors are now bearing fruit.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I
And you,
think
and you know what that is? That
hmm,
labor that you're giving
yeah,
is actually you loving you.
that it yes, because I do love me. I
Yeah.
do. I love me
It's
a
you loving
lot.
you.
Yes, and do you love you?
I do. I
Yes,
do.
yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually have conversations with myself in the mirror sometimes and tell myself that I love me, and like there's never a response, and I'm happy about that. But like I do, I do, I do be like, ooh, I love you. You is handsome, and like just be like I don't know with my back at
I
me. So
I think that's people's homework assignment. That's your takeaway for the
yeah,
week. Go find a mirror and talk to yourself and tell
talk to
yourself how
yourself.
much you love yourself. That's
Love
right.
yourself. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, you know what? I'm with it. So if you're listening, ladies and gentlemen, we're giving out homework today, and I know homework is laborious. Okay? And I've been using that word intentionally. I know you hate it, right? I know it's something that will get on your nerves that you have to think about it. But you know what though? If you do it for you out of love, and then you're gonna build more love in you because of that labor that you're doing. Like you're gonna benefit. What's the thing they say about the gym? It's like, you go to the gym the first day and you don't see no results. You go to the gym the next week, you go every day, but the next week you don't see no results. You go every day for 3 months and you don't really see no results. And then it's like at one point that work is gonna pay off. And you gonna start seeing the results because
Yes.
it was about doing. It was about getting into the practice. It was about learning to let go. It was about allowing yourself to live and be present in the moment. It was about all of those things and being outside of that norm. You know what I'm saying? It was about creating a reality so that you could be in a better place. So yes, I'm with it. All right, I'm with it. All right, so CT, let's go ahead. Let me get your final thoughts because this has just been a beautiful day, and I enjoyed being off today.
Listen, I think I'm reminded of a song that said, "Learning to love yourself is
Yeah,
the greatest love of all." I believe that was Whitney Houston. And when we give ourselves permission to truly love ourselves, then the labor that we put in doesn't seem so heavy.
Yeah.
So love yourself today, family.
Love yourself. All right. So everybody, love yourself today. Make sure that you understand what you're doing out here in this world. We love you. We love you.
Love you.
I want to go ahead and throw this out there. Make sure that you check us out every Monday, 8:00. There's gonna be some times we look. Hey, what if I go to Cabo? I'm gonna be in Cabo time too. Hey, check out Comfy Couch is gonna start on Tuesdays, and then look for the food talk on Wednesdays with me and Chef Ro. As well as look on Thursday for us in our Just Clowning segment. We got our podcast about nothing that shoots up on Sundays, but we keep it busy. Please tune in. Thank you so much, and let me go ahead and hit you off with our tag, so you can just chill until the next episode. Peace. Everybody have a good night.
Peace. Happy
Have a good
Labor
one, guys.
Day.